Listo.
So, Alejandro, thank you to come here to this interview. Just tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Alejandro Tapia. I have 22 years old. I'm studying financial management at Tecnológico de Monterrey, Campus Santa Fe.
Financial management. So, why this career?
Well, I think that I like the financial sector, and also I like the way that the economy moves around the world.
Okay, sounds good. So, tell me about your skills, please.
Well, I think that one of my skills is that I'm very responsible. I always try to be punctual, and also I like to to work in with team.
Okay, so what do you feel in the stress situations?
Well, I think that I can manage that. I have a lot of stress situations in the tech, and also I was working with my father in their company, and I have to take a lot of stress decisions,
Okay,
and I think that I am good at that. I don't have any problem.
sounds good. So, tell me about your um, competitive advantage.
Well, I think that one of my competitive advantage is that I go to Europe, specifically to Czech Republic, to make a diploma in creative economy. Also, I think that I have a lot of advantage with my average, that it's like 92 average in all the university, and I think that I will be a good resource because I have a lot of experience in the sector, in the financial sector.
Okay, so Mezcal Mixval, it's looking for make the best mezcal in the world. So, what do you think about the difference between the Mexican market and the market of the place you will go with? You mean like in the
Europe.
Europe, right?
Well, I think that in Europe they like more like, I don't know, they like more another type of wines like vodka or rum,
Okay.
but they don't like a lot like mezcal or tequila. It's not a very famous. I think that we have a good market at the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I need a different skills, no, I change the word. I change the questions. If I need a different strategy to close to that market, how do you think about it? Do you
Of
think
Europe.
of Europe, of course?
Well, I think that in Europe they like more like the they like more like the flavor of the candy.
Okay.
So we can make like no not the mezcal, but we can make like mezcal with fruit,
Okay.
something more like soft that we can send them to Europe because they like a lot like drink from the bowl.
Okay. So, why you want to start a new career in mezcal as well?
Well, I think that I can have a lot of new experience. So I can have like I also like mezcal. I think that it's a very good product. In the market, it's going up, and I think that it will be a very nice job.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. So, do you have any question for me?
Well, yeah. How much hours do I need to go because I am studying?
Okay.
So I need to see the time of I need to go to company.
Well, you mean like average, like background for you?
Yeah.
What I'm looking for?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking for a guy who's looking for make yourself uh, smarter, intelligent, and faster. And if you're trying to grow up in the company, Mechanical is for you. but I also have tried to find a person or guy to his accomplished with the company. His the our values is match with your values. You know, because I'm looking for that kind of guy.
Okay, perfect. Well, I think I can accomplish with all the valleys, and I can do my best with Mezcal Mixval.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know.
Perfect, thank you.
Hey,
No mames, soy cañón,
que tengo un mes de calor. Okay. So tell me about your town when you work as a team, for example.
Well, I think that I work very good at team. I have no any problem. I think that it's that in the company exists something like diversity, so I can adapt well with another people. There's no problem for that.
Okay. So tell me, have you ever been leadership?
Yeah, sure. Uh, in university I play rugby, so I was the captain. Also in two projects, one in Czech Republic and one in Campus Cuernavaca, in a project called Semana I.
Okay, sounds good. So tell me about your goals that you accomplish.
Well, I think that one of my goals is to always go up. I think that it's very important to have a lot of knowledge
Okay.
and have a lot of interest in what I'm doing.
You was a leader in that kind of teams. How do you feel?
Well, I think very well in every time. I think that I was a good leader because I always thinking in my team. I was searching what they need and always make it happier.
So I'm interested in your failures. Tell me about sometimes that you have to try to accomplish that target and you failed.
One I think that my biggest failure it's when I cannot make all the things, because I make a lot of stress sometimes and I want to do everything at once, but I can't.
Okay, sounds good. So, what is your typical way to deal in your conflict? Or conflicts, sorry.
Well, I think that I like a lot to have meditation. Also, I like a lot to play tennis sometimes when I have time, or maybe I don't know, maybe like take a coffee or a tea.
Okay. Okay, so for example, in the project management, have you ever felt something of that?
In the school.
The school or in the work, something like that?
Okay. Well, in school, I have failure when one class. It was the one of first semester.
Okay.
It was math,
Mhm.
but before then I was very good in all school.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me about, for example, which are your most difficult decision you have to take?
To come and live here in Mexico City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, I don't know, tell me about how do you think about the market in Mexico City?
Well, I think that it's a volatile market now with AMLO. I think that it's a they don't need any time to play with the market. I think that they need to have very good decisions, but I think that it's not having that decisions.
Okay, perfect. So, about your ability to prioritize some deadlines, for example?
I think I'm very punctual at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, making deadlines. It's
So, if you have a deadline, you prefer to do it at the end of the time, or you try to find a space in your time to make some accomplished.
I think
the
that
goals.
I make priority at the deadline. So I start at the beginning. I don't know if you tell me you have 1 month. I start at the time you tell me,
Okay.
because I don't like to do things at the last moment and have stress. I
Okay.
think it's better to don't have stress.
So about to leadership, how do you think about delegate some task?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, I mean, if you are a leader, you have to delegate some tasks. What do you
Mm.
think? How do you feel with that?
Well, I think that it's a very normal thing. All the leaders need to do task and make some other guys do task, but I think that it's okay. I don't have any problem with that.
Because you could lose some control in the tasks, you know.
Maybe, but it's all to be patient and have all of the responsibilities. I
Okay.
think that always talking with the team it's a very good idea,
Mhm.
and know how they are feeling. So
Okay.
maybe it's too difficult for them or it's easier. I don't know.
So, which are the biggest group that you have ever worked in your life, for example?
It's a small group, like 7 to 8 people, more or
Okay.
less.
Okay. So, if you have a team of 12 people, how do you feel about it?
Well, I don't have any problem. It's something new for me, but I think I can manage it without any problem.
Okay. So, do you know what is your bigger problem is?
Yes, I think that my biggest problem is not having all the resources for make the things, because I think that I don't know it's very unprofessional not having all the things to do things.
Okay. So, what do you think is better? The quality of volume cells. Volume.
Volume. I think that it's better the volume things, because you have more chance to do things and don't make well, I think you can make some errors, but you can find the solution.
Okay. So, this is my final question. Which are your favorite company in the world?
In all the world, I think that's Amazon.
Why?
It's a very good company. They have a good strategy in all the world.
Okay.
They have a lot of stock and inventory, so I think that it's a very good company. Also, it's one of the biggest company in the market,
Mhm.
and and you can always buy something in Amazon.
Okay. So, if you compared Amazon with Mechanics Val, what do you think that we have to learn about Amazon?
Well, I think that the most important thing that Amazon have is the logistic. So this is a thing that I know that it will be always good to learn about it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alejandro.
Thank you. No, pues ya sí lo voy a enviar.